Hey guys, what is going on? Lego Man 123 here, and welcome back to another Lego news video, where today in this episode we'll be taking a look at the past 2 weeks of Lego news that we have gotten. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off, we have the Batwing from Batman 1989, and first of all, I really like the box art on this because we do have Batman's cowl, which is basically his mask with a small sort of portion of his shoulders printed on there. I also really like the coloring, like black, and then also some sort of light grey or white, and then also the bat symbol there, which I believe is the same they actually use for the DVD cover, the posters when this movie actually did come out in 1989. So it's really cool how they did that. And you can also see the set at the top of the box here as well, but it is a little hard. And then just another bat symbol. And then in the background of the box of the front, it has this really nice sort of color of some sort of light. I think it may have something to do with the moon or something, because the Batwing is flying up to the moon. I think that is definitely really cool. But the main build for the Batwing definitely does look really awesome. I love the amount of detailing on it, and how Lego actually made it in the shape of a bat definitely does look cool, because the curved parts to actually get that sort of shape must have been really hard to do, and to actually see them achieve that definitely does look really cool. And I just love the overall detailing on this, with the sort of compartment where Batman sits, the different engine parts, some play features, which maybe some flick missiles, or those sort of missiles in a stud gun or something. I'm not 100% sure. Some more detailing with this sort of part here in the light grey. Just a lot of really nice detailing, but the overall shaping of it definitely does look really cool. And then in this set we do get 3 minifigs, and I believe the stand where each of these minifigs are displayed is the exact same as the one from the Batmobile, which I believe we got this year, which was also from Batman 1989. And I really like the build for these gargoyles. I think they have a really simple build of just some very simple pieces, but it definitely is really effective, and I think it would look really cool displayed with the other minifigs on the same sort of gargoyle display. I believe the Batman might be the same, but I'm not 100% sure. Definitely really nice cowl piece with the molding of the helmet with the sort of symbol, the bat symbol, and then the cape. The Joker definitely has an interesting variant, but it's strange how they did include him, because you really don't see this for too long in the movie. It's probably in the movie for maybe a very short amount of time, so it's strange how they did include him. But it's definitely an interesting variant with the quill, which is something pretty dark, because he throws it at someone. I think it's the mayor, and he basically throws it and kills him, which was pretty dark. The torso print is definitely cool, but I really love the checkered pattern on his legs, and I'm not gonna say cape piece, but some sort of dress piece on him with the black cloak definitely does look really interesting. But this minifig definitely has some really, really cool printing on his arm. It seems to be 2 cards what are labeled the Joker card in a deck of cards printed on his arm. There seems to be 2 or 3 there, can't 100% tell, but that is some really nice sidearm printing. And then the front of his torso has this really cool sort of thing with the dice. There's a 4 and a 2, which is on a 6-sided dice, and then the Joker sort of pin in a way, basically a Joker pin. I think that is definitely really cool. And then just some pocket printing. And he does have a jukebox, which I believe we haven't seen since Series 20 of collectible minifigs. And then his facial expression is pretty simple, but I really wish instead of getting that minifig, he is definitely great with the printing on him, especially with the sidearm printing, but I really wish we got the second in command for Joker's goons, because I think that minifig would definitely be really cool to get. Next, we have some LEGO Super Mario news, and from recent events, this is actually supposed to be, I believe, a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive for 2020, but as I did say, from recent events, they actually had to cancel that, and this was spotted in, I believe, a Legoland Discovery Center by 2 people, so definitely huge credit to those 2, and this is a special limited edition Toad's Special Hideaway set 77907. And this is a regional exclusive, which means that it can only be found in one place, which I think is America. So I don't think Canada does count as being in America, but I might be completely wrong there, so don't be like angry at me. So basically you can only find it in America, so like you're not going to find it in Australia, China, England, only in America. So if you do want to get the set, I think you have to get it shipped out to you from like America to your country, but maybe in the future or something they might sort of expand it out to the rest of like the world in different Legoland Discovery Centers. But apart from this, I think this set is definitely really cool because it is a starter course, and this is the cheapest way now to actually get Toad, which I think is definitely great because the only way you could actually get him before this set actually did sort of release is in the Toad's Village sort of adventure set. That was definitely a really nice build. You did get Toadette as well, I think. But to actually get this really nice variant, which I think is the exact same of Toad in this cheap set, is definitely great. Like the build for the little Toad house, I think is very similar to the one in the set with like the other sort of mushroom houses. I think that might be the exact same as one, but I'm not 100% sure. The sign on that 2x3 tile was definitely really nice. I love the sort of texturing for the wood and like the arrow. The different plates are definitely really cool. The fence design with those really nice pieces in brown, and then we just have a lucky block. But the sort of mushroom house is definitely probably my favorite part. I just love those sort of almost like, what are they called? Like macaroni pieces, I think they're called, in that sort of big sort of purple color. I think that is definitely really cool. Their chimney has a nice design to it. I don't think there's anything inside of the mushroom house. There might be like something really small inside, but I'm not 100% sure because I can't actually see inside. But to actually get Toad in such a cheap set is definitely great. Next, we have some really exciting Lego Ninjago news, and that is we are getting two comics called Spinjitzu Brothers, and I believe both of these do take place during the events, like way before like the Serpentine War, way before like the pilot episodes, so somewhere in between where Galmadon, who was on the left, and then Wu, who was on the right, were teens. So it's really awesome to actually see that because we really have a lot of backstory for both of these characters already, but to see them both being teens is something really awesome. I'm definitely excited to see that. I do have some sort of theory that it might be a link with Season 14 with like a sort of jungle idea, because Lair of the Duck's Master does sound something to do with like some sort of temple in a jungle, like a dungeon in a jungle, but I might be completely wrong there. So first we'll start with this one. I really love the sort of cartoonish feel the sort of front of the book does have. I do love both Wu and Garmadon with their sort of teen look, and then like in the background we do have these two eyes, or like some sort of ghostly eyes with like the sort of swirly green or like some sort of light green. That does look really nice. And then we do have this some sort of like arch with like this sort of brick design with it, some sort of dungeon or like some sort of like maybe cave or a sort of temple in a way. So very excited for that. And then the next comic or picture storybook is Curse of the Cat Eye Jewel. Now that definitely does sound really cool, and in the background it does seem to have some sort of like jungle feel to it with like the trees and like the different sort of animals. They seem to be maybe wolves or something really nice, like shadows, and then like the sort of eyes with the nose. I think that might be like the cat or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but that does look really nice. So I'm definitely very excited for both of these because I think this might have to do with like Season 14 for like some sort of story or something, like some sort of extension. Now moving on to some Lego Star Wars news, we are getting a Nebula B frigate. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly, and this is also a San Diego Comic Con exclusive because it is a special limited edition. And I think this will also be a regional exclusive in, I think, America. So this definitely does have a really interesting box art to it, because I think the side and the top of the box aren't a generic white color. It seems to be like a sort of a light gray color. So I think that is really cool. But the front of the box has this really nice box art to it with like sort of space with the stars and all that, and then like a planet in the background, and then I think that might be the sun or like some sort of light source in the galaxy far, far away. I really love the box art with that, like the planet in the background, and like how half of it you can see because like the sort of sun shining, and then like rest of the planet is like dark. So I really love the box art on that. And then the build for the Nebula frigate definitely is a really interesting design. The amount of shaping on it, the shaping of it definitely does look really cool, and the amount of detailing on it is really interesting with like the sort of different pieces they did use to give it that very iconic sort of shape and all that. But I do wish they maybe covered that up because it just does look unfinished with like just 2 studs or like maybe 4 studs, 2 on either side. It just looks unfinished. Even on like the top here, that does look unfinished as well. They could have possibly maybe covered that up, but then the front definitely does, or I think that might be the back, and then that might be the front, but the back definitely does have this really cool sort of back engine part with, it seems to be like maybe 7 engines, wait, no, 9 engines on that, no, 7, very sorry about that. That is definitely a lot of engines, and I just love the design for it with that sort of almost like triangular design with like the back engine. This does look a little skinny compared to the rest of it, but apart from that, the front definitely does have this really cool design. I love the amount of part usage on it, the shaping of it to give that iconic sort of shape is definitely really cool. And then down the bottom here, it does have, I think, a sticker of 40th anniversary for The Empire Strikes Back. And finally, for today's LEGO News episode, we are getting a Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens LEGO set. So it's going to be really awesome to actually see them release this set on the 19th of December, because that was when, I believe the year was 1860, maybe 46, somewhere around there. And that was actually when Charles Dickens did publish the Christmas Carol. So it's going to be really interesting to see if they actually release this set on the 19th of December. So I really find this set really interesting because it seems to be some sort of like pop-up book, but instead of opening up, it's on the sort of top part of the book. I think the book does have this really nice sort of interesting build to it, some sort of like classic design for a book with like the stickers or prints with like the on the green slope. I'm not too sure on what they are supposed to represent. Maybe like detailing on the side or like the part of the book at the side. And then we do have, which I believe they might be stickers, A Christmas Carol, and then Charles Dickens. Hope I'm saying his last name correctly. But apart from that, I love the amount of detailing on this set. How they actually captured the design for like the floorboards is really cool by using stickers. And then the minifigs are definitely really interesting, especially Scrooge. I really love his facial expression. And then the amount of detailing inside is really cool. We have like some sort of like brick detailing of like sort of ripped paint, and it's like showing bricks. And then we do have this maybe like picture in a frame or a painting of, I think that might be a house, but I'm not 100% sure. Then we do have this really cool build for like a fireplace, very simple but very effective. And then we just have some Christmas decorations, like a simple tree, which is fine. And then we do have some like candles and a wreath. I think that might be like under the fireplace, but the minifigs are definitely really cool. Even the outside has some really nice detailing with like the lamp post, one of those like the lamp pieces, and then on a 1x4 rounded tile they have that really nice print of the log. So I think this is definitely a really great set, and to actually celebrate a Christmas Carol, I really hope they do release this set on the 19th of December, because I think that would be definitely a great idea. But I also really like the shaping for like the house. I think it has a really nice design to it. And instead of just building up like 4 walls, so then it would like block everything inside, just basically built up like 2 walls if we're counting like the part where the door is as 2 and like the side as 1. I also love the roof design. It seems to have some sort of like snow detailing on it. I kind of wish they maybe added a roof design to the door part, because I think it would work a little more better. But apart from that, I think this is definitely a great set for Christmas for 2020. So, hope you guys did enjoy this video as much as I did making it, because as always with these types of videos, I really did enjoy sharing my thoughts and opinions on LEGO news. I would definitely love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. And as always, guys, hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I can say so. Goodbye. Add something.